What's going on?
What happened? Why is everyone running around? Hey, what are you doing?
No time to explain, mate. Goodbye.
Hey, wait! What's wrong with these people?
There you are.
Oh, thank goodness!
Who's still running around? Do you know what happened here?
We came here especially to inform you. Something seems to have gone terribly wrong just now. This race is telling everyone to evacuate and get out of here. Dr. Room was saying you two are new here and you don't have many friends, so you might slip through the cracks. Haven't you heard all the stories like that? An evacuation is successfully completed. You only find out once you go ahead.
Wait, what? You're the one who brought that up? Why is it so...
Hey, shut up!
Okay, whatever. The point is, you should come with us. Yeah, he said to get as far away as possible, upwards and outwards.
Oh no, it can't be that thing!
Oh, wait, what? What? Hey, where?
We have to go find it too! You just go and get out! Go let him get out!
Hey, be careful!
We will! Experience adventure!
They're here.
Just like I said. Just in time. But be ready to run. Three, two, one.
This won't hold it for long. Find Murilet. Tell the defenses are about to collapse.
Until he arrives, we're the last line of defense. The gate. How long do you think it'll hold?
That depends on us. Traveler, I need you to head to the Farina will soon be meeting with the knave there. You must protect Farina and make sure she doesn't. Will do. You.
I'm sure he's already explained this should be a most...
Oh, so you two are the honored guests, Miss Maria.
Of course! How could they not attend a meeting? Always have 2 or more guests at my
It is my pleasure to make your acquaintance, traveler. I have heard much.
I've already prepared seats for you. Come, sit beside me.
Perhaps you two are unaware of how Miss Farina and I do things. You see, we actually recently agreed to get together for tea when we had the time. See this? This is a limited type of confectionery that Miss Farina simply adores. There are only 16 slices sold every day. Here, why don't you and my mom have a taste?
Traveler, what do you think of this cake?
That's good to hear. So what child said was on the mark after all. You do share a taste in desserts with Farina. I wonder how he's doing nowadays. You must have heard.
Since we are talking about him, I feel like I should ask.
Oh, so you're also familiar with his aptitude for fighting, Miss Farina. Against ordinary people, my colleague would never be on the back foot. But alas, you just never imagined he'd win it. Coming from you, that's not surprising at all.
But I thought you would be happier to hear the news.
Of course, but it's still a bit of a shame. You see, I would have been far happier. Oh, and where did he go after? The fortress of Meripede lies deep beneath the waves. Unless he pranced right out of the main gate, he must have had to swim for it. There's good news at least. His sister Tonya sent a letter to Fontaine. Do you have any idea how he usually writes back to his family? Dear Tonya, your letter...
All letters tend to follow the same few formats anyway, right? As long as the contents are accurate, it doesn't matter so much how it's written. Hold on!
I suppose this is also a sign of things.
I don't...
Have we entered into the next stage of the...
My thanks to you both. I will take it from here.
Sure you don't need a hand?
Quite sure. Wow. So, what's your secret, huh? Let me guess. Who knows? Maybe it's just your sense of responsibility.
Sounds about right.
Day may come when the prophecy is fulfilled, and the waters burst forth. But it is not this day. This ancient power could easily obliterate an entire race. The tsunami of fury would unleash endless catastrophe. for overruling it.
All right. Seems like the problem on side is
Let me guess, we're safe for now. Indeed. I win this bet.
very well. It worked.
You made a bet. We made a bet on the size of your entourage. Cloran thought you wouldn't come down by yourself.
I figured you would have at least brought a few people along for appearance's sake. It appears I underestimated just how confidential the mission was.
Shouldn't you have gotten used to confidential missions by now? That's just how the courts operate. So what gift must the loser give?
He already has time.
It wouldn't happen to be a dig at my lack of legal awareness, would it?
Well, I'm sure his grace doesn't consider the fortress to be outside the law.
Under the impression the residents of a place like this would be uninterested in the legal codices. Obviously a joke. You've still got some unfinished business to attend to in the overworld, correct?
No need to stay here if you have a pressing matter. We all know you can't do it.
Thank you. I hope everything went smooth.
Yeah, not everything went smoothly, now did it?
I must say, we've spent long enough playing house, Miss Farina. As the Hydro Archon, I am sure you understand the exact meaning of the phenomenon.
What are you trying to say?
At this point, I don't think there's any more need to speak as diplomatic representatives. Allow me to speak to you now as just a Fontanian. You know the prophecy by heart, and also that every part of it is being proven true. Yet, here you are, relaxing, drinking tea, and eating the prophecies hanging above our necks like a guillotine. Every faction is looking for a way to either avert the disaster or save their own. Even the orphans of the House of the Heart have devoted everything to saving their homeland. But you, it beggars belief just how nonchalant and carefree you have been. From the very beginning, you, the god Focalor, you have utterly failed to take action.
You're wrong. I've never ignored the prophecy, nor have I just been passing the time in self-indulgence. Retract your accusation and stop doubting.
I am not alone in my doubts, you know. All which, oh great Hydro Archon, how are you going to...
I have my ways, and I've been working on them for all this time. Even if you, Fontaine, will be saved. Even if I still cannot see...
Then I ask you, Miss Farina, just what have you been working on?
My machinations are just like the prophecy itself. They will only reveal...
I see. As a god, the proof of your... Allow me to be so bold as to ask another way. Would it be possible for you to... Oh, that look...
The emergency response.
Then allow me to jog your memory. Miss Farina, and what do you plan to do with the massive... So you also have no idea. If I'm not mistaken, someone's using it to... I first caught wind of this when Linny tried to investigate the Oratrice in the Opera House. You see, but even if that had nothing to do with you, then what could you possibly... Oh, right. I almost forgot. Udex Nuvilex is... Of course I will. Although, I must say, Miss... Oh, very well. Let's stop that conversation here. There are still a few slices of cake left. Traveler, I heard that you were recently commissioned to handle a few matters on behalf of the Udex. Why don't you take an extra slice? You too. What?
Thank you. It's on
You're welcome. I'm sure the cake also felt greatly honored. It is getting late. Why don't we call it a day?
Very well.
Mind seeing me off, traveler. We could...
Great to meet you!
I'm glad that you were willing to come with me.
That's the kind I've got.
You lent your aid to the children of the House of the Hearth. As their father, I would like to express my gratitude. Do I look like an irresponsible father to you? That was all. Formal topics should be discussed in formal settings. I know you just returned from the fortress of Merpeed. Relax. I have no intention of...
We've all been working very hard and have always done all they can to fight back against...
You mean wisely. He's a tricky one to deal with. Look away. And you can just consider this a... You are outside of our disputes. And the freest person in all of Fontaine.
And that's everything that happened during the trial. Master Child was declared guilty.
Didn't he say he was coming here on vacation? Does he not... Forget it. He did give us an opportunity. I will be meeting someone shortly.
Do you require help with any preparations?
No need. I will take care of it myself. I need to meet with Farina, the Hydro Archon. She is at the heart.
Oh, come over here, you little critter, you! You dare to run from me?
My goal is just to discover the location of the Gnosis. I don't expect the chance to approach Farina. Anything left unguarded is usually just bait. But it's just as I guessed in the second before I struck. In fact, this Archon doesn't seem like
Who are you? What are
the fear in him. I left the scene with ease. Nobody came looking for me, and nobody could serve as a witness to not long after. My informants confirmed what I had guessed. After returning to her quarters, Farina quietly. There's no doubt that there's something wrong with her. I began to entertain the possibility that she is not. I have to find the Gnosis. If the Nubian-led hypothesis is correct, he is probably in possession.
Yes, Father.
My dear children,
News from the fortress of Merpeed. Master Child has gone missing. On top of that, the contacts and guards we've bribed at the fortress have all gone quiet as well.
probably the handiwork of that unafraid fellow. This is a good opportunity. The value of a harbinger is much higher than most merchants. Set up a meeting for me. And I have
Yes, Father.
Tartaglia's disappearance was not a part of my plan, but I can... With this, the initiative belongs to the House of the Hearth. With the Fortress of Merpeed will be a front. Lenny and his family action. You should know the rest. Lenny's group is quite close to you. So, they... It wouldn't mean anything, even if you shouted it from the rooftops. After all, even for... I've now had 2 chances to I have to say, the leadership of Fontaine is even more inscrutable than I am a servant of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Over my years of service, I've learned how a real Archon conducts it. Of course, that is all just how I feel. It is, however, quite amusing to me that after all my years working in intelligence gathering, I've come to realize I am at a complete loss regarding the identity of the god of the land of my birth. Don't you think Fontaine is quite intriguing? Ultimately, though, One must survive. You don't. Of course. I have a feeling that the situation will continue to rise. And as your name is often connected with noble deeds, I'm sure we'll work together someday. He certainly returned quickly.
For now, yes. But this issue will prove quite thorny in the long term. And thank you for protecting Farina. To put it simply, I used my power to force back the primordial seed and reseal the sluice gate. So as expected, Benet has turned up the pressure on Farina. She's trying to feel her out. Permission granted.
Oh, it can't be. You can't tell us?
If by the phrase "you guys" you are referring to Farina and I, then although I'm not sure just what you are trying to imply, I must clarify that I believe so. The fortress has opened, and now another catastrophe will soon be upon us. I mourn this turn of events.
Huh? Why is it raining all of a sudden?
You may be closer to the truth.
Oh? And what are you thinking? The dragon huh?
Please do not.
We just guessing randomly. We didn't guess right.
You guessed correctly.
Right, of course. There's...
Please, go ahead.
Well, if you are the dragon's sovereign of water, and then Spontane's prophecy is all about tea.
None of the currently living dragon sovereigns in the world. Except they say that when the first usurper arrived unto that, they seized a part of the dragon's power. Today,
There are 7 elemental archons and 7...
the dragon sovereign of water who lived through that era perished a long time ago. In any case, I believe I will not be able to do much unless the Archon disappears and returns their element. Given the status quo, however, I would recommend finding another way to deal with the prophecy.
Oh, so you think you can...
I still have some urgent matters to attend to at my office. If you have any more questions regarding ancient...
Please go right ahead. There's a place that Paimon wants to go too. Perhaps we'll see you another time.
Take care.
What's your...
Oh, look who it is.
Traveling, Paimon.
Looks like you're recovering.
Thanks to everyone. Oh, right.
Oh, how did she react?
She told me that it was nothing. It was as if...
She didn't want to stress you out, that's all. She's right, and it's us. Okay, but check this out. We went back to the opera house.
You met Father? Did she say...
She said a few things that were,
Her attitude towards you is even better than what we'd imagined. You should believe her. She has her own way of doing things, and she'll do everything in her power to help those you consider.
Father is very capable.
Oh, I just remembered that she was living with a bit too proud as well.
Got it. That does sound like something that father would say.
Are we going to stay here for the next few days?
I like it, yeah.
Excellent. I will hope. Another implies that you were already served some delicious cake while you were up. Well, next time, you're going to have tea and snack.
Get out of here with your young rat.
Just let me know if there's any particular dish, so I can ask Mr. Wong to get your meals with it. I'd like to take the opportunity to spend some more time observing your facial muscles as well. Your happy smiles are quite contagious, you know. They're so memorable, and I just missed them immensely while you were gone.
You guys are back?
You guys didn't get caught and thrown back down here, right?
Here I thought you managed to escape from jail during all the commotion. I held you up as lip.
Alright, there's no need to get caught up in the details. We're just relieved to see you. He was super worried about you know.
Hey, it wasn't just me. Weren't you super worried as well?
Something like that, yeah. I was also transferred to work in the kitchen a few days ago. I can still hear Quisto mumbling to the carrots. Are those two alright? They think they made it out alive. Whenever he'd say that, I'd tell him I'm sure they're fine. Wherever they are, they're kicking back with drinks in hand, enjoying the lovely scenery.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with worrying about your prison pals. Is there? I mean, considering how they always love listening to all my gossip.
Me too. They sure are a lot warmer and friendlier than when Paimon first met them.
Oh, well, if you say so. I'll be watching you to make sure you finish every last bite.
Alright, let's do this.
Courier?
Yeah, I was working on something, so
That's no excuse for... Huh? It's you two.
Courier, we're back!
hello there. It's been quite the mess here recently. How have you been?
And you? Are you still taking the secret passageway from the infirmary to work on the ship?
Yep. That is still top secret though.
It can be a bit annoying when there are lots of people in the infirmary, but I still prefer taking that route over the one from the Duke's office.
I mean, the infirmary does make it easier for you.
Then why are you also here so much?
You're just using your jobs as a cover for your relationship, aren't you? Not at all!
I knew it. You guys are lovers in the flesh, lovers. In battle.
Did my eyes deceive me, or did I just see two inmates come back after making it to...
We want to see how the fortress is doing.
We're fine, for the most part.
If that's the case, why don't you just ask them to stay here?
Oh, yeah, what a brilliant plan. Let's go convince the Udex himself to exchange the Courts of Fontaine for a puddle of water in the middle of nowhere. He came here in a hurry and left without even stopping for a cup of tea. He did remember to take Miss Siegewine's gift with him, though.
He sure sounds super busy.
Miss Florin has left as well. She also took her gift.
Where the kiss and milk?
Neverlet got the milkshake. Florin received...
How's that even remotely allowed?
Well, it's Neverlet's own fault for making Siegewine worried about his health by working so much. But besides that, our head nurse is still pretty fond of picking out beauty products for the ladies. Oh, and I have some gifts here for you as well.
Are these from...
Nope, they're from yours truly. You've already wrapped up your work at the fortress, so you can return to the surface at any time. You haven't yet served your full prison term, however, so you may continue to use your cell until your term is up.
For real? Then we can stay here for a really long...
You may access the cafeteria. Just remember to come complete your paperwork once it's time.
Alright.
We're back in the jail again. We're no longer prisoners, though, so this doesn't feel the same. Being please. Huh? How did you know? Hey, that's not true! It's like we've now gone to so many places together and become friends with so many bad things in the world, and we're just people, but we've been solved here? I'm like this? Aren't you the only adventurer here? Let's have Catherine get time on an adventurer here as well! It's your dad, please. The last time we fell asleep here, we woke up almost left outside ourselves. We should be safe now, right?
and we're dead. Imagine. We're having a child dream. Child, I caught it. I knew it! Boom! I can predict it. Oh God!
Please, sign here. This document will be effective immediately upon signing, and you... It's been so long since we've been to the surface. Let's hurry up. What's happening? I'm fine. Let's watch the Duke.
Hey, Revosly, you dick! What was that? Revosly, what was that? Oh, shut up, Paimon.
Ah, good to see you two. Is there something you wish to see me about?
Yeah! What was that earthquake just now?
Ah, that. The tremor didn't originate from the seafloor. Actually, seems it came from the surface. Over the years of serving as the warden here, I've developed a sense for distinguishing between what occurs on the surface and what occurs on the water.
So, like my Christmas...
If you recall our last incident, if there really were a problem, there would be...
You've got a point. Okay,
I believe...
Wait, seriously?
Ah, yes.
Yeah? It's you two. That's right. Today is our first day in prison. But now that Paimon said that, doesn't feel like home. Yeah, Paimon feels welcome, but be sure and come back and visit. I'll miss you.
If you've signed the release papers, then you're free to go.
You're not going to see...
I knew you'd ask.
Wow, you actually agreed.
Ah, so you do have a polite side.
After being down here for so long, I imagine you must feel like you're lacking companionship. Don't worry, we'll come back to see you.
I hope you won't be here as convicts the next time I see you.
You are such a spirit couple. Well, it seems our work in the Force of Humanity is finished. That's the end of another chapter in our journey. We should probably go report to him now. Next, you're going to see Monsieur and Roulette?
I'm sure just your regards will do.
I believe it would be the polite.
You're right. I've heard that ballet is terribly busy these days. Tell him that I hope...
It's you two. Apologies, Monsieur Roulette, excuse me. Which I'll be right there. Sorry about my hands. Oh. Everyone's so busy.
Hello. You've come at the right time, but you'll have to wait for just a moment. In the meantime, please, have a seat.
That's all right.
Very well.
We'll wait over there while we wait for Nicholas.
All right.
Are you done with your work?
Yes, sorry. Today should be the day you were released from the fortress of Meripede.
That's right. And we did it. Do you have any idea?
Judging from your description, that cannot have occurred in any ordinary. A whale of that size and shape cannot usually be found in the waters of Tibet.
Immersed in primordial seawater? Like how? And in the ocean?
Most people wouldn't be capable of entering in the first place. I'm not completely... Yes? What is it?
Oh, right. We asked you to consider
That I've just received a report about this particular matter. In fact, the source of the tremor was hidden on the surface near Poisson. After the shaking stopped.
water levels rose.
Fortunately, the water levels only rose for a short period of time, and have already returned. The change in water levels is connected with the leaking primordial seawater.
Natasha should be all right. We need to go check on her.
I would also like to get there as soon as possible. I'm afraid I can't. I'll have to ask you two to go to Poisson first.
No, don't try to lose it.
Please be careful.
Nah, we are incapable of that. But we're absolute morons.
Oh, no. What happened here? Not just shifting around here, right? We haven't seen this people fall all the way here. Oh, this is getting...
What the hell?
Is this someone
Just watch your balance!
All right. I will survive on my own.
Just hang in there. help is on.
Relax, guys. She's a playable character. She can't have died. Right? Wait, could she have? Oh, God. Oh, no. There she is. Okay, whatever.
You're here.
We heard there was a situation.
Yes. As you can see, the water...
Mademoiselle! There's a wounded resident next to a building southeast of here. We've already transported him to safety.
Wounded?
He fell, so it's probably a broken leg. He's pretty shaken up. When the water level rose, he desperately climbed...
Should jump down then.
Find the leader of Squad 1 and tell him to take the wounded.
Understood. I'll take over his search and rescue mission in the meantime.
Alright, you'll... I'm sorry.
This killing.
Right. A little earlier, we suddenly heard a loud noise. At first, everyone thought that the rushing water seemed a little odd. Almost like the unique color of primordial sea. Everyone on the street who happened to be close to the water didn't have a chance. Those who realized what was happening started to flee in a panic, desperately trying to get to higher. The Spina Rosula initiated rescue operations as quickly as possible, but there have been... The water that flooded the area contained primordial seawater, so the lower levels of quest... No one knows if this could happen again. All we can do for now is try our... It was quite frightening indeed.
Is there any way we can help Nadia?
Thank you for being so willing to help in a...
Don't say that, Nadia. That's what we're for.
Mademoiselle! We've got a situation here!
Sorry, I need to go for now. Okay, the wounded are being tended to. Of course, we should remain ready for it, Traveler. Paimon?
Huh? Right now?
Thank you. A lot of people here, huh?
Well, given the time of day and the whole situation...
That's how things are.
Nadia? Nadia, what's wrong?
Sorry. I just... Lulu said Silver.
Huh? What happened to them?
Everyone agreed on the rescue plan, but they were helping evacuate the resident, and I have known them for so long. I could at least hold a funeral for my father, and I know where he rests. But as for the Luce and Silver, they're just gone.
Everything looks so clean after it rains. Even the gravestones. I didn't expect that you'd enjoy it.
I can understand. Besides,
See, it's not just me. I always want to bring something when I visit Papa.
How could Master ever be upset with you, Mademoiselle? Yet the cemetery is the home of those who have passed.
buying yourself a plot in advance, are you?
No need yet. But when I do, I hope you'll let me be buried beside Master Callus.
Hey! Stop.
I'm quite serious. That way, it will save us
That
from...
makes sense. In that case,
After all, besides you, Mademoiselle, two of us could...
personally, I believe we fill those shoes.
Why are you bringing this up all of a sudden? Seriously? But I really prefer not to talk about this stuff. And what do you mean by saving me a trip? I'd make the journey even if I'm not...
I promise to let them rest in peace here. I'm sorry for letting you see me in a...
Paimon doesn't know how to help you.
I promised that I could make my wishes come true. But Loose and Silver have helped me. I'm so sorry.
You can spend as much time as you need here, Nadia.
By the way, you can have a look at this.
Oh, Anna. So...
It's okay. I know what you're thinking. And the overall outcome indicates that the cost...
Right! Don't think that way, Nadia. One for Loose and Silver were not the price for some...
You're right. What you said just now was pretty amazing, actually.
Oh!
Seems you've become more eloquent in the time since we last met. Is everything? Yes. My people are carrying out the mission according to your request. As for these supplies, we have everything taken. Thank you.
Wait.
We just met. Usually, I would call this a coincidental encounter. Thanks to the noise, Spina di Rosura received generous support from the Fatui, which allowed us to complete the rescue and evacuation work so quickly. Mutual aid is essential to fostering positive developments. We were already in the area in any case, so it was nothing. That said, I must say that you're a lot sharper for all the ways in which I tested you previously. We've never worked with a Fatui before, and it's extremely important for us. Anyway, my subordinates have reported that Fatui soldiers have been observing water levels. This is nothing to brag about, nor do I intend to. It is simply the way of powerful organizations to act forcefully. As I've told this traveler before, I know of the problem. Lending your organization a hand was a natural first step in accomplishing that. Without your help, there would have been many more casualties. Furthermore, I sincerely regret what happened to Malus and Silver. I only wish that my people could have arrived a little earlier to prevent this from happening. Don't say that. You and your subordinates did everything you could. As Paimon said, Malus and Silver didn't choose to sacrifice themselves for any specific person. And they weren't the price paid for other salvation. They chose to become heroes themselves. I've never liked hearing people put it that way. It's like trying to relieve pain by saying some noble-sounding words. But right now, there's nothing more suitable. They really did become heroes. You're right. I'm sorry for your loss, Miss Navia. Water is life to Fontaine's people, and it also spells disaster. It's no wonder. So, you're one who will try to change fate then? Of course. That is why I'm going to Hotel Bouffe de Terre. By the way, traveler, Paimon, one more thing.
Alright, we'll just...
That is a clever and useful conversation technique, which I do like to use when a traveler. I'm sure you remember that I said you and I both know that there may be issues with the primordial sea. Previously, it was the fortress of Maripide's sluice gate, and this time it was the water levels in Poisson. These are both signals. Indeed. Allow me to share the latest intel. During some recent investigations, a child claims to have discovered some ruins near Poisson. Judging by the dating of the ruins, they may be related to the prophecy and the coming crisis. My people initially came prepared for ruin exploration, unexpectedly.
So that's why the two were already in Poisson.
I wanted to take the children along, but unfortunately, Linny, Lynette, and Fred Linny told me that outside of the house, which is why I want to give you this task. The House of the Hearth's members see each other as family, but Linny, Lynette, and Fremini said that they also see you as such. I'm sure you already understand how earnest.
Oh!
The intel I just shared about the ruins could fetch a high price. But since the children consider you family, it's okay.
Okay! So all you gotta do is go to the ruins.
Excuse me, but may I tag along? You wish to join, Miss Snow?
But are you sure you're actually...
Well, I'm sad, yes. But there's no point in being depressed while we still have a disaster on our hands. Besides, I'm also doing this for myself. Since you put it that way, I have no objections. Well, all right. The ruins are to the sixth.
Okay, but you're really not going. Pack up and get going.
Nah, they had one wish. Be buried right here and here. Couldn't even do that, folks. Nah. I'm just kidding. She tried. And their sacrifice was noble.